Delta Cable Television Sports presents BC Junior Baseball from Winskill Park. Today's contest, the Kamloops Sun Devils versus the hometown favorite Delta Dodgers from Winskill Park in Powassan. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Erickson, and joining us is Craig the Doc McLaren here for another telecast. Beautiful day for baseball, Craig, right here, and the game has just gotten underway. But this is a real important game because Delta Dodgers currently have a record of 9-3, I believe it is.
No, they're actually 11.
Is it 11?
Yes.
11-1. Okay, this is
yesterday.
Taking the stats yesterday because they did play Kelowna yesterday, and Kamloops played a game yesterday, doubleheader out in Richmond, so their record is 7-7. So far we've got a fairly respectable game and should have a pretty good contest between both teams.
I think we'll have a very good contest. Both teams are, well, equal in some sense that they're not very far apart from each other, so yeah, it should be good.
It should be, and right now we're into the third batter. That's Kent Ring. He is a right fielder, wearing number 44 for the Kamloops Sun Devils team. In there for a ball. One strike, one ball to Ring.
And this fellow, Steve, is, I think, their best hitter. Ring reported to be their top hitter anyway, so we'll see how he does here.
And we sure will. Tag going down, nice bounce going over to first base. Good pick up there, and he runs and tags that one out. Nice play right there by the first baseman to pick that one up.
And that retires the side. We got in there a little late, but 2 outs had preceded that one, and so Ring goes out at first base, and that retired the side.
It will, and we were talking earlier on to the coaches to see how the team was doing. Both teams were relatively telling us there are no injuries that either team is sporting right now. They're looking for real positive things, and they would naturally love the Dodgers, and of course we don't want to jinx them. They would love a repeat of last year, winning the championship for the provincial championship, because they did an exceptional job there last year when they represented our own Lower Mainland area. Of course, this is their home field, Winskill Park. This is where they come and they play all the time. So if you ever want to take in some exceptional baseball, come down here and watch the Delta Dodgers, Craig.
It was very good last year, as you spoke to or referred to there. Last year they had to play a pretty bad game in the rain, I think, near the end, but certainly they have a very nice field here too, and it's great. It's a beautiful day for ball today. The boys will be enjoying this.
Well, they will. It's as we said earlier on, and Delta will be coming up to bat right now, and pitching will be Kale for Ryan Kale, wearing number 3 for Kamloops.
We haven't seen him pitch, but he looks like he has a pretty good fastball, so we'll see how he does here.
Well, talking to the coaching staff earlier on for Kamloops, they were telling me they have an awful lot of depth in their pitchers. They feel they've got good control, they've good fastballs, and as well as good sliders. So that adds a little bit of depth there. Chris Wells is the pitching coach that comes down and helps him out. Ron Mason is the one that we had a chance to talk to earlier on before the game, and Ron was telling us different things about the travel schedule, because let's face it, Craig, when you live in the luxury of the Kamloops area, you virtually got the best of both worlds. If you're going to Prince George, you're halfway there already.
That's right. Compared
to what our boys have to go through.
Yeah. And depending how they travel, I would imagine at this level it's all by bus or whatever. So yes, it makes a big difference. 8 hours to Prince George as opposed to 4 from Kamloops.
It is,
maybe,
and of course
so.
At this level they don't take buses. They all take their own little cars and they ride up. It's not an awful lot of sponsorship. But Mike Pister did tell me that he's open to sponsorship if anyone would like to get a hold of him to support the Dodgers. First player up for the Delta Dodgers is Chris Back. He's a center fielder wearing number 12.
I think that first pitch was a ball.
And again, we'll watch.
Pick it up per se.
In there. Another ball.
Yeah.
Going down 2-0 right now. And as we said, pitching is Kale. Ryan Kale for Kamloops.
I would imagine at this level too, Steve, that a variation in pitches is very important stuff. You need to have not just the fastball, but the slider and a good curveball.
Yeah, and you've got to have a good breaking ball too. So that's important, that you've got a good all-round athlete that's pitching.
That's right. The skill level is adequate enough that the hitters will definitely hit the pitcher if he doesn't have a good assortment and good speed.
They sure will. Okay, and when you pick that ball up, count. It's 2-2 right now.
Yes.
2-2 the count there. You can hear the umpire reiterating what we just said. 2-2 the count in there. Ball 3. Full count.
Yes.
Mr. Back. All right.
Well,
now.
Delta will be looking for a nice big hit from Mr. Back here.
Well, they want that. They don't, necessarily want him to give up anything. Kamloops would love to keep him on, keep close to home, but they're not going to do that. In their first walk right there, so they walk back as he goes to first on the first one there.
Well, now up we got number 7 here, and that is
Scott Newitt.
Scott Newitt, yes. A great acquisition, they say, from down in the New Mexico League. Great first baseman and a good hitter, they said, so we'll see how he does here.
Well, left-handed hitter wearing number 7. Also plays, as you were saying earlier on, Craig, plays first base. Inside ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Scott Newitt. Cale just trying to settle themselves down into his own little niche right now. Doesn't want to give any more up. They've already got 1 man on base, keeping them close.
And the runner's going.
Runner's going to second. Is he going to make it?
No, there's no play on it.
Nice play is back. Steals second.
They got a really good jump on that. Anticipated. Took a good lead off. Big jump. Away he went.
Well, that's the thing is Back did, as you were saying, Craig, Back did get an exceptional leadoff right there. And it was sort of a do-or-die situation. A little bit too late to go either way if there had been a change in the ball. Newitt still up to bat. In there, ball. All 3, 1 strike to Newitt of the Delta Dodgers.
Well, in this position, Newitt now can be very selective of what he takes here. He's in control over the pitcher, so we'll see how he does.
Of course, they're trying to keep him close to second right there. Foul. 3-2 the count. Full count to Newitt. And, of course, they are keeping him relatively close right there to second because we can see the shortstop coming in and saying, hey, don't go wandering too far. Stay close to home for us. Stay there. Don't lead.
Well, generally, your catcher here has a very good arm. He'll gun the guy down if he tries to take too much of a leadoff. So,
in there, in the dirt. That's another walk. That's 2 walks given up. So we've got runners on first and second. Backs on second. Newitt's on first. Next batter is number 44, Kevin Eben, who plays left field.
Very strong hitter here, too. I believe this fellow's the DH, and or no, he's not.
No, not quite the DH.
No. But fairly strong hitter from what they say, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully he gets a good piece of the ball.
In there, in the dirt. Is he going to go to the third? Nope. He is going to stay real close to home. All right, 1 ball on him right now.
Well, good play by the catcher to keep the ball out front.
A little bit of windy day down here in Winskill Park in Tawasin, right by the Winskill Aquatic Center. Not far from the point, as they call it, Point Bob.
Yes.
Runner still on first and second. Backs on second. Newitt's on first. Long tag. Fly ball going all the way out right field in there for a drop, but it's a foul ball.
Yes.
Kent Ring couldn't get over underneath that to make the grab. It was too far out of his area. So he just lets that drop foul, and that'll go for a strike against the batter, and the runners will return to first and second, respectively.
Well, he got a good piece of that ball, just not enough to straighten it out. Would have been a well-hit ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul, and they got him going down.
Yep.
Caught the foul tip right to the catcher. Okay, next batter up, number 2, Tim Wilkins, the right fielder for the Delta Dodgers.
Another left-handed hitter here, Steve. A little harder for pitchers to throw to. They have to make a little adjustment.
Yeah, big adjustment for the pitchers when they go in like that, and they've got a left-handed, what they call possibly an unorthodox batter going up there batting. Sometimes, if you're a right-handed pitcher, it throws it all off. Is he going to go steal third? He did. He tried. No, he's safe at third. Is Chris Back. Nice steal, and they tried to gun him down.
He got a good slide in there. Catcher came up throwing. Good throw and a good catch by the third base person, but you got a good jump off second.
That's right.
Well, that's in there. Yeah.
That will advance both of them. Back will be on third, and Scott Newitt will be on second. That play right there advanced both runners. Wilkins up to bat. Swing and a miss on that one. Call strike. A little bit of a late swing on that, Craig.
A little bit. didn't read that fast enough.
Oh, that was a time swing. He swung when he had time.
Might be a bit of a change-up, too. It's hard to tell from this angle.
Well, that did look like a change-up in there. That got him swinging down. 2 out right now for the Delta Dodgers.
That one looked a little low, too, but depends, I guess, at this level. If the strike zone is called the same as in the major leagues, sometimes it can be very low that they're taking. Anything sort of above the belly button is the ball, and everything from
there's always controversy. Always controversy in the majors about that. In there, call ball, and next batter up right now is number 10, Doug Dunlop, playing third base today. Dunlop also left-handed hitter. Oh, that ball, that was down in the dirt, a little bit inside. Wasn't going to pick that thing out.
No.
Trying to peg the Gophers off down here, Craig. Not much luck on that one. Well, it looks like Cale's struggling a little bit right now. He seems to be getting behind instead of taking the lead and taking the charge the way he's normally supposed to.
That sounded like a pretty well hit ball.
That sounded like a well-placed ball right off it, and that retires it right there as we get Doug Dunlop as he flies out.
Well, actually, I guess even that one you could have to say was a bit of a fat hit, if you will, or something. He didn't get all of it. It didn't come off really clean.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Maybe we'll take a look and...
Here it is. It's difficult to see here, but...
As we watch the players right there. Now, we'll look at it now.
Here we have the pitch. There it is.
Cut it off the end of the bat.
Yep, and it's down in the dirt. First base person just, or second base there, just picked it up, rifled it over to first for the out, retired to the side.
Not a lot of problems. These players know what they want to do, and of course at this level, this is an exceptional level of ball. A lot of them are involved with the NBI, you know, and they come to play. These are where I guess you would call them the elite ball players, Craig.
Especially in the lower mainland area here, it gives the boys an outlet for a place to play, some good quality ball still, and I would imagine they're still being looked at this level for, as you say, either college or major stuff. And here we are. The score after one complete inning is 0-0. The Kamloops Sun Devils and the Delta Dodgers here at Winskill Park.
Well, a relatively slow start right now. Delta comes out. They seem to get the jump on a couple of hitters there, but Kamloops sort of shut them down, Craig. Didn't want to give up any unnecessary runs. It did appear from our vantage point that their pitcher was struggling from the outset, but they'll talk to him. Chris Wells will go over and say, all right, settle things down. Don't go getting rushed. We know you can do it.
I think, too, he starts. It's only the first inning that he's in there, so, yes, you get a few pitches under your belt, things settle down a bit.
In there.
Swinging a ball on that first pitch.
Number 9 up to bat right now, John Borich. He's the catcher.
Well, usually your catcher is pretty good at reading the pitches and getting hits, so we'll see how he does here.
In there, call strike.
That one did look really nice from
that one
this
looked
vantage
good.
point, yes.
Good control, as we were saying earlier on. Exceptional control by the pitcher for the Delta Dodgers, Kevin Bartel. In there, call ball. Called that ball outside
here, yes. Two strikes, one
ball. That was a little bit outside, as indicated there. No, foul ball. Still 2-1 the count. Bartel, as we said right there, good control, but he does have the ability to have good changeup when he wants it, Ken.
That's the important thing, is to be able to not let the hitter read that when you're going to throw it and catch him off guard. There it is, fans him out. That's 3. That retires the first batter for Kamloops in this inning, the second inning. Up to bat now, we have number 33.
Ryan Fisher, the first baseman for Kamloops. So we'll see how he is going to do on this one.
Kamloops is a pretty good area for all their sports activities. They have a lot of nice parks there too.
Well, they're known as the tournament capital of Canada. That's the area that they always boast. And of course, anytime we go up there, Craig, we know that there's always tournaments going on. Doesn't matter whether it's hockey tournaments, baseball, soccer, whatever. Right? It's such a well-rounded area for tournaments.
Well, it is, and sort of a hub city too of the Okanagan or the province. And good place to go. They've got a good populace up there, around 70,000, I believe it is, and so yes, they have all the amenities that are necessary.
Well, they'll play it strong, no doubt. Long tag right to the shortstop, picks that one up. Nice play.
A good throw down to Newell there for the second out.
Well, that makes 2. Well, the Dodgers, as we said earlier on, they've got good arms right now. Of course, they're so used to playing in their own ballpark, Craig. It's you know, it's relatively simple for them. It's like playing in, you know, familiar with a hockey rink or a soccer field, whatever. You've got the familiar turf. It works in your advantage.
That's true. Plus, they really start early. These boys are in the gym in January, and they play a lot of exhibition games in April and May, and then their season goes, and they even play exhibition games during the season. So they're putting in a lot of time playing ball, and yes, they should have it down pretty good by the time this point in the season arrives.
They should. Now, whether or not they do is another thing, but normally, you know, they do. We've never seen any real problems out here at all with the, you know, anytime, you know, the Dodgers come to play.
I believe he's behind here 2-0, but I'm not sure.
Robinson.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was the other way around. He was ahead 2-0, and that retired the side in the third swing there. So Delta just 3 up, 3 down.
No score yet. They're, you know, as we said earlier on, they still are in control. And nice to have the team, as we said earlier on, Craig, from the Kamloops area, when they did come to town, that they do not just come down and play one game or a one, like, set of doubleheaders today against the Delta Dodgers, that they play on a Saturday and a Sunday right now. And this, of course, we should remind everybody, this is BC Junior Baseball on Delta Cable Television Sports. And it is indeed our pleasure to bring you this telecast from Winskill Park. Hope you enjoy this broadcast. This is, as we said earlier on, this is the elite caliber of ball. You want to get up, you can come out, you can watch some of this. And if you want to go watch some other elite caliber of ball, Craig, which no doubt you will, is the Canada Cup, the women's fast pitch, which starts out in Softball City. And that will be starting on June the 13th, I believe it is. And that is going to be exceptional baseball. They took a year off, wanted a little bit of a rest, I guess, to get everything organized. And the only reason they took a year off, I had a chance to talk to tournament organizer Glenn Todd. And Glenn Todd was telling me the reason they took the year off was basically to get everything all reorganized after the Olympics in Atlanta. So that's why they got reorganized, and they'll start fresh.
I think that's probably was a very good idea of theirs. It gives the girls that are involved in this a chance to get reorganized, as you say, and the cup organizers themselves too. That's held at a very nice facility out there at the South Delta complex.
South Surrey?
South Surrey, rather. Yeah. It'll be starting June the 13th, I believe it is.
And it's packed. We go out there and we take in different games all the time, Craig, and that place is just packed.
Well, the caliber of ball is just exceptional. Now, it's, of course, different than this. It's women's fast pitch, so it's incredibly quick, the delivery from a shorter distance, and the batters have to be very good to get hits. So.
Well, they do, but no different from the batters here. The batters that come here, they have to be exceptional ones. And the one thing that a lot of people fail to remember with the baseball is that it's not just a summer sport. You've got to keep yourself in top physical condition, as he struck that one all the way out. Nice tag there by Matt Steele, the designated hitter, way out to center field.
Yes, over
nice
top
pick
the
up there. Sean
head.
Dick had to pick that up after he run down and had to chase it. But a nice move. Matt Steele gets a stand-up double.
Yes, and a very well hit ball out straightaway center field. So just over the center fielder's head. Excellent. Up now we have number 15 for the Delta Dodgers. Riley Anderson, is it?
Yep, Riley Anderson. Riley Anderson's up the bat right now. Mike Pister's in third base. He's coaching.
Well, that was ball one in there. A little high, up around the numbers. Well, that's good. We get a few people out here too. There's not a huge crowd, but enough supporters come to watch, take in some of this good baseball that's happening.
Well, they do. That's the one big thing, is that you know, they do get a few fans come out, you know, to watch them and see how they play. And of course, they're always well entertained when they come here at Winskill Park. by the Dodgers. The Dodgers sporting a very respectable record right now. Going long tag. Nice play out to Statsman. Statsman throws off. Fisher couldn't pick that one up.
Yes, by that, a bit of a wild pitch by Statsman there over to first base. It allowed the runner at second to advance to third. Here we are, Steve, with Riley Anderson up at bat here. Gets a pretty routine hit, actually, down the third baseline here. Third baseman picks it up, checks the runner at second to keep him in check, but then makes a wild throw over to first, and consequently, runner advances to third. And the runner, of course, at first is safe, too. So, runners in the corners, first and third.
We'll see whether or not he's going to go and take it on the one. All right, and their left-handed batter up there once again. Tag off, couldn't get it. Heads up right there. Almost cut the baby buggy just behind our location, Craig. But
that's right.
I didn't see you running after that too quick.
No, I was watching to make sure we didn't have to react quickly and eat it ourselves there.
Well, you have to be very alert, you know, but the people that I always worry about sometimes when they're standing out here and they're doing the different camera work are the camera people, as they throw that back to first, and he stays close to home right there.
Yes, certainly when you see world's funniest home videos and different things, it seems always the camera person's getting something happen to them. So yes, looking through the lens, it's hard to pick that stuff up.
Oh, it sure is. We watch.
Well, I think we have 1-1 here on this batter now. Ball on the strike. Wasn't paying enough attention. Let's see. Oh, there's a sharply hit ball.
Nice tag right up to the shortstop.
Vanjoff. The shortstop comes in there. Vanjoff makes a good double play. Pick the ball up just behind second base. Come over for the tag at second and throw down to first for a double.
Well, that was nice by Vanjoff. We'll take a look at this one again, Craig.
Here we have it. Here we are. The hit's made. Ball's hit down by second base. As I say, he comes, picks it up, runs over. Good play at second. And down to first for the double play. Taking the two Delta Dodgers there once.
In there, called strike. Of course, the batter up right now is number 8. That's Jordy Cunningham. Jordy Cunningham, the shortstop.
Oh, caught him a little on the inside there.
That's 2 of them.
That's 2-0 on Jordy. So.
In there, tag, fly ball by Jordy Cunningham, going all the way out. Vanjoff goes under it. He grabs that. Wise move as he calls Dave Wells off. David Wells, a second baseman. Good move there.
Yes, they were all converging on the ball. And
they were, but that's what, Craig, we always tell everybody, that's what communication's all about. If you're going to do and play any sport, you've got to communicate, call your partner off, because in a situation like that, had he not, there could have been probably utter chaos going to the Kamloops team.
Well, there certainly was three of them there to make that catch, so somebody has to be in control and call off the other 2. And Jordy did that.
They did exactly just that, and not the problem at all right now.
So the Delta Dodgers go down without any runs scored?
No, none there. That was worked in their favor, Craig, on that one there.
Well, I won't say in their favor, but
at the present time, it sure did.
Yeah.
Well, we should take this opportunity, I guess, right now to thank Chris Wells, the gentleman who is the pitching coach for the Kamloops team, for sending us down the roster the other day. And this is the line score, Craig, as you see right there. After 2?
After 2 innings, Delta Dodgers no score, and the Kamloops team no score. So we're just in a tight ball game here right at the moment.
A little bit of a squeaker, but that's okay. They will get things worked out in the long run. That won't be too much of a problem. Now, as we said right now, as we were going into this game, of course, prior to yesterday's standings, Kelowna and Delta were tied in the league. So that's what they were doing. Now, I believe the pitcher just... Whoa, okay. The umpire had just called the batter up, so... Okay, as he calls the batter up, earlier on, we had a chance. We were talking about Chris Wells, the general manager for the Kamloops team, and we had a chance to talk to the coach for the Kamloops squad, Mr. Ron Mason. Well, welcome to the Lower Mainland for another ball game.
Yeah, well, thanks. It's been good. We've had a good season so far, and good to be down here with this great weather.
Okay, let's talk about the team. Any changes in the team that affected the outcome so far this year?
Well,
last year?
a little bit, yeah. We had a fairly young team the last couple of years, and we've struggled a little bit getting our feet in the ground, but things are coming along really well. We've recruited in Revelstoke area and Salmon Arm, got some good young kids there. We've got a nice blend of older players now and some real good young kids to see us through the future.
Well, it must be nice living in the Kamloops area. Of course, you've always got beautiful weather as we have today, but you've got a good area to draw from.
Well, we now have, yes. You know, in the years past, we've had to rely strictly on the Kamloops area, but programs in Revelstoke in particular, and Salmon Arm and Enderby in that area have got some real strong ball history behind them, and as a result, we've been able to make some inroads there, and I think that'll really strengthen our future.
Now, currently you're in 4th place. Of course, Delta tied with Kelowna, the Kelowna Jays for 1st place with a 9-1 record right now. Team's holding a very respectable league.
Yes, I think so. I've been very, very pleased with our progress to date. You know, I'd like to think we'd be a little bit better right now, but we're having some of those inexperienced lapses, and particularly cost us in a game yesterday against Richmond. But overall, things are going real well for us, and the guys are hitting the ball real well.
The one thing that we always question, of course, with the Dodgers, we talk all the time about the travel schedule that they have to undergo. We always, you know, possibly assume from our vantage point anyway, that living in Kamloops, you've pretty well got the best of both worlds. You know, you're halfway between whether it's going to Prince George, just a little short jump over to Kelowna.
Yeah, actually, the travel schedule is not all that bad. The tougher part of it is some of these 4-game weekends. It wears deep in the pitching a little bit, but other than that, you know, you're quite correct. We're not that far from Kelowna, and Abbotsford's close to us, and even the trip down here is not bad.
Any major upcoming events that you're going to be hosting in Kamloops this year?
No, not this year. We hosted the provincials last year, and on the May long weekend we hosted our annual tournament there. But other than that, we don't really have anything scheduled this year, but hopefully we can make a rebid for provincial championships again in the years to come.
Okay, well, good luck, because we all know that Kamloops is the tournament capital of Canada.
Well, thanks very much. Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks, Ron. Good luck with the game. Thanks a lot. There's the words from Mr. Ron, the gentleman that's in charge of the team. Of course, we all know it takes a lot of people behind the scenes, and for all the people behind the scenes, whether it's with the Dodgers or the Kamloops squad, we want to wish them all the best and success, because we appreciate their help as well. And of course, we had a couple of players tag the ball. The last one was up with Sean Dick, and he grounded out to center field, ended up getting on first.
Well, last guy up there, Steve, yeah, put a single in up the middle, and he's on first base. The 2 batters prior to that, one flew out, and one was a ground ball out at first base. So we have a dead ball.
Jim Piggott grabs that one, goes dead ball in there right there, and Piggott is wearing number 27. He's the left fielder for Kamloops.
He has one strike on him so far there.
Right-handed hitter, watching the pitcher right now, Kevin Bartel. Bartel checks over his shoulder over to Newitt. Looks keeping him close to home. That's what they want to do. They want to keep Dick very close to home. They don't want to give him any freebies. They say, you're going to go earn it.
Well, he has a pretty good check there over to first base.
Tag going straight down. Nice play to second to Court Saunders, and he picks that one up, rifles it over to Newitt, and that was a 4-3 play. Nice move by the Dodgers.
And retired the side.
It did. Retired the side right there. And of course, as we tell everybody, we are at Winskill Park, home of the Winskill Aquatic Center right there. You've got a beautiful pool, nice little ballpark, and of course there's all sorts, in most situations, there's always baseball events going on down here. The youngsters that come to play, Craig, and it's always fun to watch the youngsters play the ball down here. You know, not just this age, but I'm talking about the real youngsters.
Real little ones, yes. Yes, my daughter's been helping coach a team of T-ball kids, and
it must be Lindsay.
It is Lindsay, and it's certainly fun to, for her, she says, to go out and deal with these little kids, the ball on the tee, and away they go.
Now we'll take a look at the line score when it comes up right there, Craig.
At the end of 3 innings, Delta Dodgers no score, Kamloops Sun Devils no score. A tight ball game.
It is real tight. Big squeaker right now. Just going to take one little swing of the bat to possibly open it up.
That's right.
We watch everything. You know, we talked earlier on about the different ball that you've got the luxury of seeing. And of course, the one club that we always enjoy going down and watching is our own hometown favorites, the Vancouver Canadians. Gary Arthur, the general manager, they're on a road trip right now. They're playing in Albuquerque, and they won't be back till, I believe, the 12th of the month, and 12th of course June, and they'll be back, and they'll be playing some more home games. always play solid ball, especially the fact that some of the key players they've got brought back in their rosters. As we watch right there, Kale pitches in.
Well, as you mentioned, Steve, they've played some good ball, but I think in the last little bit they've been struggling. I seem to pick up on the sports news there that they had a few losses, and
they have. They've lost the last few games to Albuquerque. They are on a little bit of a downslide right there, but Gary Arthur said that he does promise bigger and better things. They've got Todd Green just been called back up from the Angels, or down from the Angels, and on his steal, he's going to run down to first. Is he going to make it back? Long one to first. No, he gets it. He's safe at first. Boy, that was an alert move right there.
It was. Dropped third. Third, yeah. Dropped
Boy, that
pitch there. Runner's entitled to run. So
yeah, he is. Now that
wasn't
basically
aware
caught
of
them
it.
off guard. Oh, we'll take a look at this, Craig.
Yeah, he wasn't really aware of it at first. He just alertly picked up that, oh, I better get on my horse here. Away he goes. Well, he ran down pretty good and was safe at first.
In there, boy, that was a howitzer to just
blister.
rifle it in there. That's a strike to Newitt. Back is on first. You could hear that, just pound solid center of the leather right there.
Yep.
Nope, they asked him. Nope, said nope. They called for a check swing for the umpire at second base. That's what the communication was about.
That's
nope.
right, and he says no.
In there. Back's going down to second. Straight out, going all the way out to left field right now. Piggott's coming in to pick that one up. And that advances back to third base.
That's right.
Nice play by Newitt.
A single out of it. That's very good, yes. Back actually got a very good jump off first there, too. So he was well on his way down to second base. And then the hit was a single. He was able to advance to third. Now up we have number 44, I believe it is.
It's Kevin Eben.
Kevin Eben.
Left fielder.
A good acquisition by the Dodgers this year. I believe he's one that's come out of that New England area, or New Mexico area, not New England.
Just a little bit of a travel distance, not a lot.
Yeah. Other end of the states.
Close enough, Craig, for us. Nice hit, well-placed ball right down to the shortstop. Vanjoff picks that one up, throws it over, and they get him at first. Oh, Mike Pister is beside himself on that. He just can't believe that. Mike is saying, what are you doing?
I was ready to say that the throw was a little late and that he was there safely, but unfortunately it didn't go that way.
Okay, let's take a look. For Mike's sake, let's take a look right here.
A little difficult to see here on the monitor, but here's a runner coming down. Looks to me like he's there in time that the first baseman's foot was off, but difficult for us to see on the monitor here. We have to give that base umpire some credit. It's his job. So
well, that's very true, Craig. But I always maintain that my own point of view, I would love to see 3 umpires in the BC Junior Baseball versus just the 2. Tag, fly, well hit ball going out, foul.
Well, I think difficult for him to pick it up at first. There it was over his head and falling away. Might have had a play on it, but very difficult.
Well, wise
move. At least he knew it was in the foul ball territory. He wasn't going to cost anything.
That's right. Wise move by Statsman. You know, no sense taking any unnecessary risks on that one. And the tag, well-placed ball once again, going straight out. Piggott's going after it. Got a little bit of help, and that is gonzo. Big time. Home run city. Here we come, right there.
That was a very, very well hit ball. That brought in number 7.
Well, we knew it was
Delta Dodgers jump ahead here now.
We knew it was a home run, Craig, because all the cars on 56 stopped. They come to a very abrupt stop.
He did. Oh, it's always a very nice feeling for the batter to make the big swing, get the home run.
It was, of course, all the teammates come out to congratulate him on that one.
Yes.
That was
hard
nice.
to tell, too, from the new aluminum bats that are now used, what's a sharply hit and well hit ball sort of thing.
There is one right there going to second base. David Wells picks it up. Wells, nice throw over to Fisher.
Wells made an excellent catch on that too, running away and backhanded the ball. Dragged it up. Good throw over to first base for the out.
That was an out. Now, I believe we had 2 runs scored on that. We'll have to double check with our scorekeeper on that one, Craig.
As far as I saw, it was 2.
I know Wilkins scored because he was the one that got the home run.
Yes.
And Newitt, I believe, also scored as well.
Yes.
So we'll double check that and confirm it. In there, called foul tip.
It was a little sort of a slap bunt there. You just didn't get all of it. So
not good. We can't even call it good wood nowadays, Craig.
No, it's good aluminum, eh?
Or aluminium, depending on how you want to pronounce that big word right there. All right, we watch once again. Kale is pitching.
It's a little low, so
that was
1-1.
It was so.
I believe it is 1-1.
Ryan Kale. Now he also, besides being a pitcher, just says right here, he's also he coaches periodically. He's got a degree in physical education, and he was drafted by the LA Dodgers in 1995, and he also played for the NBI, National Baseball Institute, and he is still a player coach for this Kamloops Sun Devil team.
Well, it's very good to have that kind of statistics under your belt at this age.
It is. Anytime you can get drafted by the Dodgers, that's got to work in your favor. I mean, that tells you right there what you're made out of right there.
That's right.
That retires the side, and Delta comes back, and the Sun Devils will go to their dugout. Earlier on, we had a chance to talk to the head coach for the Delta Dodgers, coach, general manager. He does everything here, Mike Pister. Mike, again, down at Winskill Park, beautiful day for ball, and the team is holding a very respectable lead right now. At least you're tied with Kelowna.
Yeah, actually, we beat them twice yesterday, so we got a bit of a cushion on them as well, so we're off to a good start.
Okay, no real changes in the roster from the last time we did a telecast here?
There has been a couple. We've added Kevin Iben, an outfielder, and Brian Rowan, a pitcher from Victoria, and Jason Chandler's rejoined the team, so it's looking good for the stretch drive.
It's always nice when you can get a team down here from the interior to play off of a little bit more, I don't know, competitive nature for you?
Yeah, absolutely, and especially when it's a 4-game weekend for them and us, and at the same time, it's a good early season test.
It sure is. No real changes as far as the pitching. The depth is really strong in the pitching?
Yeah, it was somewhat of a concern early in the season, but with 2 or 3 guys we've added in the last month, I think we'll be okay.
Well, very respectable with a 9-1 record. No doubt you hope to repeat for the championship, but that may be a little bit premature to look at.
That's premature, but we're happy with the way things are going right now.
Yeah, you should be. Mike, good luck, and we'll let you get the game underway. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mike. Words of wisdom right there by Coach, General Manager Mike Pister for the Delta Dodgers. And, of course, Mike always gets the team playing very, very strong. Puts an awful lot of time and effort into the team, Craig, to get them playing as well as they do.
Well, it takes a lot of time and effort, too. People don't realize that as the manager or coach and manager, you have just a huge number of responsibilities to get underway. So all the credit to him. I give him all of that.
Well, you coached a few years back, and I know the amount of time that you put into it because we could never get together for coffee.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a busy schedule for all the individuals that give up other time. And a lot of, we have to thank all the people, especially the ones that work, not just this level, but again, for the minor level, the youngsters,
minor ball,
that help out, because without them, it would be a real tough sell right there. In there, call strike.
I believe we're 1-1 there. 1 ball, 1 strike now in this the batter.
Batter's player number 11, Pete Statsman. Statsman is the third baseman. There's the line score, Craig.
And it's the Delta Dodgers. Oh, I can hardly even see this. Delta Dodgers 2 and the Kamloops Sun Devils no score.
Well, they got him out on that play, and that was Cunningham. Threw it over to Newitt. That was a 6-3 play, and Newitt, nice grab on that one. He leaned a little bit off the bag, but didn't have to lean too far. Jordy Cunningham's got a nice arm. Anytime I come out and I watch Jordy play, I'm always impressed with the strength that he's got behind his arm.
That's right. A lot of them are able to just throw the ball down with real authority. There's no lobs that are going over to first base at this level.
When it's going direct and quick. In there, call, ball 1. John Borsch, I believe, is the batter right now. They called it up. Who's going to get it? Not a soul on that one, Craig. Everybody says, let's leave it, and somebody else can get it for next game.
Well, I wasn't sure exactly where it went, but it was straight up.
Well, that's the thing. When you're sitting down here and the ball gets tagged up and goes that high up, you can lose it very easy.
That's right. I have to quickly see how fast I can get under the table. That was a straight pop-up behind the catcher, but he lost it up in the sky.
In there, swing and a miss, called, strike.
So it counts 2-1, I believe, here on this. 2 strikes, 1 ball on this batter.
There, once again. Oh. Nope, they asked if he broke his wrist on that one, and they said, nope, 2-2 the count.
See, I thought for sure he would have said yes, but...
Well, that's what I thought, but we'll give it to them.
He's in the right spot to call it, so that's good. Full count here now, 3-2.
3-2. This is what batters like because they get a 50-50 chance on going, and pitchers hate it.
Yes.
I used to hate it when I pitched. I used to hate the 3-2 count.
Well, I never did pitch, so I caught more than pitched.
Long one going straight down to Newitt, and Newitt picks that one up. Nice play.
I think Newitt he did make a good play, and I think the batter actually was going to say got that a little off the inside by the by his just above his hands there.
Well, it seemed
not
like
much of a hit.
Seemed like a little bit of a late hit anyway as it was coming off the bat. And we'll take a look at this one, Craig.
There
on the
goes.
swing.
We'll have a look here. There's a swing. I think it's difficult to see if he does, but he just gets it, I believe, just up from his wrist there. So and then
like
Newitt
he
was
caught it
able
up
to make his catch easily on that. High ball one there.
It is, and the batter right now is John Borsch, as we said earlier on. Catcher for Kamloops. Swing and a miss. Foul.
Well, we got 1-1.
If you wonder what all the noise is in the background, it's all the motorcycles. They're all taking a little bit of a jaunt down to Point Bob, and they're going, apparently there's going to be a show and shine event down there, but they're all going down there, and we've seen hundreds of them go down from our point of view. Straight down, nice hopper all the way out. Jordy Cunningham picks that up. Long throw as he gives it over to Newitt. 6-3 play, and they catch him to retire the side. Greg?
Yes, pitcher had to jump out of the way of that very quickly. Darn near got tagged. The hit was straight back up the middle.
Well, how many times?
Cunningham just made a... There we go here. There's the pitch delivered. Ball's hit sharply. Right back past the pitcher. He's just able to sort of get out of the way there.
Good move.
Yeah, he was. He should have blocked it, but...
well, he could have blocked it, but
he
the
thought,
problem...
no, I can't...
Well, the thing was, if Craig, as we were talking earlier on, had he blocked that ball and it goes lobbing off somewhere else, that puts Kamloops in possible runner on base. And,
that's right.
A scoring opportunity. And right now, when they're ahead 2-0, they don't want
and I
to
think
do that.
just the reaction time is in a split second. He's got to make that decision. So out of the way he got. Anyways, Jordy Cunningham picked it up. Good throw down to first base for the out. That retired the side. So Kamloops on the field now, the Sun Devils. And the score here is the Kamloops Sun Devils no score and the Delta Dodgers 2 after 3.5 innings here.
Well, I was talking earlier on as they're warming up right now. I was talking earlier on, Craig, about the fact that, I'm always impressed with Jordy Cunningham and the play up. And I was just talking to Mike Pister, the coach, about we're going to line an interview up with Jordy Cunningham when the game finishes. We'll do a real quick interview. Who knows? He might be our game star. But we're going to do a quick interview with him just to see how things go. And just, nice to talk to him because he's always a nice individual and all that stuff to talk to. And this is BC Junior Baseball on Delta Cable Television Sports. Hope you're enjoying this telecast. I'm Steve Erickson with Craig the Doc McLaren bringing you this game from Winskill Park.
Good old Winskill.
And I tell you, this is what baseball is all about right there. A life of Riley. Yes.
Well, it's certainly
nice and relaxed.
Nice.
Look at this, Craig.
Yeah, it
all
doesn't
he's
get any
missing
better
is
than this,
I don't know, a cup of coffee or a pop or something like that.
That's right. I think some of the boys in the Delta Dodgers got some watermelon. They could take that over there.
Well, I know they do because they've been eating them. They walk by and they drool the odd time. They tease us a little bit, ask us if we want some, but we respectfully say, no, thank you, sir. We'll decline on that one.
Yes.
Can't take it. Like to, but we won't right now. We will pass on that. And as we watch there,
well, first up here's number 15 for the Delta Dodgers, Riley Anderson.
Anderson, boy, did
sharply
he hit that
ball
thing.
there.
Anderson is
And
gone.
that's a home run.
Home run
Riley
for Anderson.
got a good piece of that ball.
Well, that's 2 home runs for the Dodgers right now.
Yes, that puts them up 3-0, and as Riley takes his little jaunt around the bases, coming in to tag at home. There we are.
All right, they get him now. You notice the one thing, Craig, that I've been noticing over here is there is no movement at all in the Kamloops bullpen at all.
No, I think they feel confident still that their pitcher is doing the job. It just maybe was just right in the very heart of the strike zone, especially for Riley. He just picked that up very well. Sharply hit ball.
Now Anderson hit that. Court Sanders is the next batter. He's the second baseman for the Dodgers. Where's number 14, left-handed batter? You got any stats on Court over there?
Mr. Sanders.
See what type of stats we get on him. In there, called ball.
Well, let's see if we got here.
Okay, we watch. Mike Pfister's giving him a few directions just to tell him what he's supposed to do and how he's supposed to do it.
Well,
in there,
as
called
of
strike.
the date of these stats, he's hitting .333.
That's
For an
respectable.
average, yeah, it is. And what do we got for home runs from Mr. Sanders here?
Does it say any, or do our stats show that?
Oh,
Home run columns over here. I don't
no, he
think,
does
no,
not
we
at
don't have
this
any
point.
home run columns.
Maybe we'll give him some good luck here.
Oh, he'd love that.
Yes, he
He'd
would.
want us down here every time they do a game. That's
Yeah.
all. Bottom line, Craig, he would want us. Now, there's the bullpen right there, as you can see from the Kamloops Sun Devils. They look
Just a couple of wobbly pops, and they'll be
relatively
right away to the
relatively laid back, eh?
Yeah,
They
just
are.
a relaxing time at this moment.
It is. Kale in there throws that, called strike. That's one out right there for the Dodgers. And Mr. Sanders, I don't know, maybe we jinxed him. Next batter up is number 8, Jordy Cunningham. We were talking earlier on.
Well, a lot of heat on that last pitch. It was right down the turnpike there, so Corey can't be mad at himself for that one.
Not at all. Well, Cunningham's
Or Cord, rather.
Cunningham's up to bat right now. And they're
a
called
called
strike
strike.
one. Oh, we could hear that thing. You could hear that if you were swimming inside the pool, Craig. It wouldn't matter where you were. There, gets set. Waiting once again. Kale trying to get the lead. Up. Swing and a miss. Call strike 2 for the batter to Jordy Cunningham. That's what he said earlier on. Kale doesn't want to give up the lead to the batter. In there. Swing and a miss. Call. That's 3. 3 strikes, 2 out for the Delta Dodgers right now. As Kamloops rounds the ball all the way around the bases, give it back in. Statsman throws it back to Kale. Kale is set, trying to take a command on this, and they're trying to come back from a 3-0 deficit right now. Up to bat is Chris Back. There you can see Mr. Pfister, coach, general manager for the Delta Dodgers. And they're called ball 1. 2 out for the Dodgers.
Well, Chris Back's got a really respectable average here, 438. He's been hitting up until our stat point here, so we'll see how he's...
Tag going all the way straight down. Newitt's trying to pick that one up. Oh, correction, that's not Newitt. That was Mr. Fisher goes to pick that one up, grabs it, throws him out.
Very just a routine play for Mr. Fisher. He was playing in the hole there a little bit. Ball was hit just right to him, so he just run in, pick it up, little tag on first base for the out.
Take a look at the Lions score right now, Craig, as we go up. And that finished the bottom 4th. Now we're starting the top.
And it's 3-0 for the Delta Dodgers over the Kamloops Sun Devils there.
Of course, the Dodgers scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd and 1 run in the bottom of the 4th to make it a respectable 3-0 lead right now. Kamloops would like to come back, but they know that they've got their work cut out for them against this Delta team. They were telling me that they've done their scouting report. They know what they're up against. They said that the Dodgers have a good, strong team. They know that whenever they're going to play them, they're going to have a good, hard-fought game against them. So they just have to look and say, okay, we've done this. What can we do again? And again, we should remind everyone, this is BC Junior Baseball on Delta Cable Television Sports from Winskill Park in Tawasin. It's our pleasure indeed to bring you this telecast.
It's really good, Steve, too, in this, that the teams are fairly close together in the standings. It's not like one is in the basement.
No, there's no real cakewalks.
No, that's right. And we don't know what Ridge Meadows did yesterday, but certainly they're not that far out of the hunt either. So, yeah, Delta Dodgers got a 4-game.
And as we were starting this weekend, Kamloops was, what were they, 4 teams behind the leader?
Yes,
behind the leader?
And they still are. Delta Dodgers there are 11, and Kamloops at 9, so 7 rather.
Still close. All right, pitching Kevin Bartel. Catching for the Dodgers is Riley Anderson. And they're called strike. Looking right now to look, see who the batter is.
That's number 33 for Kamloops, and that is Ryan Fisher.
And there, nice, well-placed ball straight out to Iben. Iben picks it up, throws it in to Cunningham, and Cunningham holds onto it. Wise move.
Well, that was a good long hit ball there by Fisher. Here it is here. Pitch is thrown, gets a good piece of it, hits straight out in between third and short.
And he got it up
to the left
bat.
fielder. And all that way, he gets just a single out of it, but you can't risk taking around first, heading to second. You'll get got
No,
down.
not at all. Not at all. Hit once again, straight out to shortstop. Cunningham.
Looking for the double play here, and
Trying
they got
to
it.
get it. They got it. Nice play right there. And we talked earlier on about that simple fact about the arm and Cunningham's awareness as to how he knows where he's going to throw the ball when he gets it. Watch this, Kevin. We'll set this one up
Here's
again.
the pitch delivered again. Ball's hit sharply off to the shortstop. Runs in to make this play here, and just right over to second base and down to first for 2 away.
Nice move. 6-4-3 play on that one. Well placed. And of course, the key for that one was Jordy Cunningham, the awareness that he had to pick it up, know where he was going to go. In there, call strike. Some players, they'd pick the ball up like that and they'd forget about the runner going to second. They just peg off the guy going to first right away, Craig.
Well, at this level they shouldn't, but heck, if they did, it would be a real blooper for sure.
That's in the dirt. That's called a ball. 1 strike, 1 ball. To the batter, and the batter is
Number 34, I believe we are. Who we got there?
Looks like number 32 on our roster out there. Now we're just trying to find out whether or not it's indeed a 32, and it is.
Cody Millam.
Millam. Obviously, they've had a change because this is a substitute. This is Cody. Cody again, left-handed pitcher by Cody. In there, called ball. 3-1 the count. Cody Millam, he's an outfielder, and he's a product of the Rebel Stoke Cougar Midgets. They said he's very solid on defense and a good hitter, as long as you let him hit it. I guess that's the key.
Well,
right
there we are.
Craig.
We've got a full count here on Cody now, 3-2.
There. Full count to Cody. Swing and a miss. Call strike 3. And Cody goes down, just watching that one go by. We watched the breeze.
Good cut at it, just a little late there. Retired the side.
He did, and as he goes walking to the dugout, we're going to take a little bit of a timeout and come back with more BC Junior Baseball from Winskill Park right after this timeout.
Your eye on Delta, DCTV, Channel 4.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Winskill Park. BC Junior Baseball on Delta Cable Television Sports. I'm Steve Erickson with Craig the Doc McLaren, bringing you this broadcast with the Delta Dodgers and the Kamloops Sun Devils. And the batter right now up to bat is Kevin Iben, number 44, left fielder. This is one of the players that Mike Pfister was talking about earlier on that they did bring in for this game.
There's a good young player, this kid. Use him as their looking to see.
They called for a check swing on that one, yeah. They did.
The previous batter went down. We can tell you that it was a fly out. Well, he's looking for a bunt here, I think.
In there, called ball on that one. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yep.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter. Looks, is he going to lay the bunt down and try and get on or hammer it? I don't know, but I was going to catch the bat either way, Craig. It was
Just
coming.
about.
The bat almost made it. Mike, that was a different hit. Well, that's how easy it can happen.
That's just a matter of actually throwing your arms out, getting good extension on the bat, and
Talk about
just got away from you.
Talk
There
about
goes.
extension.
There's
Look
a
at this.
pitch, there's the swing, and he throws his arms out, full extension, loses the bat.
It did. It just got away from him. But that's okay. I mean, those things
Good
happen.
thing you were paying attention. I wasn't looking up at the batter at that moment. I'll eat that bat coming over this way.
Well, it was coming. Didn't quite make it to our area, but it was coming fairly quick, Craig.
Well, there we have a foul tip on the first pitch thrown in here to, what is this, number 8 up here, or number 2?
Tim Wilkins.
Tim
is up
Wilkins.
to bat right now for the Dodgers.
1-1 count now.
1-1 to count right now. And, of course, Wilkins is the first one of the Dodgers today that hit a home run in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Call strike. Yeah, he got good wood on the first one, or good aluminum, or whatever you want to call it in the first one, Craig. Either way, he tagged the first thing out over the left field wall.
Yes.
To get the home run, which Nevermind scored him. Also scored Scott Newitt at the same time.
Very quickly, 3 up, 3 down for the Kamloops Sun Devils, and Wilkins retires there. That retires the side.
Oh, that was
as
really...
the Delta Dodgers take the field again here.
They do. As they go out, we should remind everybody right now that if you have an event that you would like promoted on Delta Cable Sports Wave or Delta Cable Television Sports, please phone the studio or fax us your information, and the fax number is 946-5627. And make it to the attention of Delta Cable Sports Wave, and we will do our utmost to promote your upcoming event on DCTV4. And speaking of DCTV4, I've been told by the gentleman that's in charge of the lacrosse for North Delta, the president for the North Delta Lacrosse, Mr. Bill Hobson, they are having an event coming up. It's a Pee Wee tournament coming up at the Sun God Arena June the 26th, 27th, and 28th. They will be hosting 12 teams from 3 divisions participating in Pee Wee A1, B, and C. There'll be 3 finals for gold, silver on the Sunday the 28th, and they'll have a skills competition, which is always nice to watch, on Saturday at noon hour at the Sun God Arena. So if you want to go and watch it, please feel free to do so. And there's the line scorer, Craig, after 5 complete innings.
After 5 complete innings, we have the Kamloops Sun Devils no score and the Delta Dodgers leading 3-0.
Again, no score. So we were talking about that lacrosse earlier. If you want information about the lacrosse, North Delta Lacrosse Tournament, give Bill Hobson a call. His number is 594-8637. Always fun to promote the different events that we've got coming up in our area.
And our special thanks to Delta Cable 4 for covering a lot of those events.
Batter right now, number 5, David Wells, and David Wells is the second baseman for Kamloops. Looking through our roster to see what David Wells' stats are. David Wells, he's an infielder. As he tags it straight out, Dunlop picks that one up. Nice throw by Dunlop over to Newitt. Picks that one up, and that makes it up and down real quick. And David Wells, it says he's a strong defensive player, and he's a 2-sport athlete. He's an alpine ski racer, too.
Here's this pitch, Steve. Hit sharply down to third baseman there, Wells. Picks it up, checks a couple of times, guns the ball over to first for the out in time.
Talking about David Wells here, and I was mentioning that he's an alpine ski racer. He's the Okanagan champion in 1998 for the races on the racing circuit up there. So,
well, it goes to show you that a lot of good athletes are all-around athletes. They play baseball, they play hockey, basketball, whatever you want. Makes all-around athletes out of people usually.
Does it ever? Nothing wrong with that. Up there, it's going down. Dunlop's going to go after it. He's called off. Nice play, and Cunningham calls him off. Nice grab by Jordy Cunningham. They can see it. I saw you looking for it, Craig.
I did. I didn't
so
see
easy
it.
to lose, eh?
It is very easy, and all the power to Cunningham there. He called everybody off, went from his shortstop position into the shallow left field to make that catch for the second out.
Yeah, because Dunlop was going back. It did appear from our point of view that Dunlop had a clear point to grab that one, but he was called off and let her go. All right, the batter right now.
Well, it's good communication.
Number 27, Jim Piggott, the left fielder for Kamloops. In there, call, strike 1.
Well, the Kamloops coach is quite correct in saying that his team is pretty good at hitting. They have got the hits. The Delta...
They've got the hits, they just haven't counted yet.
That's right. Delta Dodgers have just been there for in the right spot at the right time, or to make good plays for the outs.
Now, this young man here, he, despite the fact playing for Kamloops, he still lives in Salmon Arm, we are told, and he's a natural leadoff hitter, and it's his first year for the team.
Well, good for him. Always nice to step into this caliber of ball and get an assignment.
It is. It is. Up there. They're going to run after that one. Anderson was going after it. A diving, sprawling play by Anderson, but to no avail. He couldn't get a hold of it, but valiant effort by Riley.
It was. He gave it his all to get over there. He just thought, well, I'll take a stab at the last minute to dive, but no out.
You know, we just talking about the fact of where Jim come from, the batter. Jim Piggott come from Salmon Arm. It just does goes to show everybody that you can live in an outside area and be called up to, you know, play in a better caliber ball in a major center.
Well, certainly, at least at this point in time in history, it used to be maybe those little centers didn't get any kind of recognition and nothing there. Well, that was a called strike on 27 there.
Jim Piggott right there. That's the one we were talking about.
Yes, and that retires the side for the Delta Dodgers. Yeah, as I was saying there, Steve, years ago it was very difficult for a lot of those players maybe to get any kind of recognition. Now, as the Kamloops Sun Devils coach reiterated too, you can draw from all the surrounding areas. And
there's the line score midway through the 6th right now.
Is still Delta Dodgers 3 and the Kamloops Sun Devils no score.
And of course, Delta did score their 2 runs in the 3rd inning, 1 run in the 4th, and that's all they've got so far. And you were talking earlier on, Craig, about the pitching and the fielding by the Kamloops squad. They're very strong and very solid right there as far as their offensive skills. But they're struggling against what we call a powerhouse squad of the Delta squad. Delta's got lots of power on the bat.
They do. Their pitching, I think, has made a difference here too. Pitching is on both sides actually. Pitching's been very good, but Delta's done the job in the field. Their fielding has been good. There's been some awry throws maybe by the Kamloops team over at first base, which doesn't help you out. You need all those outs, and to give them away, it just doesn't help.
You know, we were talking earlier on about the players get called up to a higher caliber ball, talking about the fact that Green got sent back down to the Vancouver Canadians from the Anaheim Angels. Boy, anytime, you know, it's unfortunate for him that he gets sent down, but anytime you can get a player come down from his caliber from a pro league down to play in, you know, in the ball like the Vancouver Canadians supply, boy, oh boy, what a positive lead for the Vancouver Canadians to have somebody like that.
Well, he had done such an admirable job with the Canadians to get that call by the Major League Dodgers team, and then hurt his shoulder, and now they say that they've got him at first base, and he's struggling trying to make the adjustment there from a catching position to the first base position.
That's right.
And I just hope that for him, he's able to do the job.
We'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look at the last pitch right there as he tags that one. There we go.
A little difficult to see here. Here's the runner proceeding down. Good little throw over for the out.
That was a good move because Fisher, the first baseman, moved over. Kale went over, covered it from his pitching spot, went over. So that was virtually a 3-1 out right there for Kamloops. So that retires the one.
Everybody has to move around on every play. Nobody should be standing still.
Well, you can't stand, because when you stand, that's when you lose momentum. You don't know where to go, and your muscles get tired, and they get they just get too relaxed.
Well, that and just covering the positions too. Now, if the pitcher has to leave or the first base person rather has to leave his assigned base to make the play, somebody's got to get over there. It's a pitcher's job. So.
That's right. Somebody's got to cover. In there, call strike. It's 1-2 the count. Looking down for Mike Pfister for a little bit of information or signals as to what he wants him to do. Mike's not doing much over here. He's just saying, oh, okay, fine. You know what we got to do. In there, swing and a miss. Call, strike 3. Caught that one a little bit low in the dirt, it appeared to, Craig.
A little bit. At it. Swinging, I think same sort of as the major leagues. They're looking to pick up the ball lower down so that they're coming up through the strike zone with the bat and getting good distance on the ball if they do get a hit. But certainly if you miss, it makes it look or appear like you're swinging at golf shots.
It sure does. And of course, the next batter for the Dodgers, Riley Anderson, number 15, the catcher.
That was a swing and a miss on that one, as you say.
Okay, they're just watching right now.
There's a ball.
That one's called a ball. Mike Pfister's talking to a couple of his players to find out what they're going to do and how they're going to work different things out. They're trying to get things all worked out. Shouldn't be too much worried right now. They're in command of a 3-0 lead.
Yes, but it doesn't take much. You get a man or two on base, and the score can very quickly change.
Oh, can it ever? Can it ever? You get a couple men on base, and somebody tags a home run.
At this point in the stretch run, you want to bear down and just keep going, doing the things you're supposed to do.
All right, we'll watch right now. Getting set once again. Here's Anderson. Swing and a miss. Called strike. Full count. 3-2 the count. To Anderson. All right. What's he going to do in this one? Tag it. Coming out towards us.
Ball.
Didn't have
just
enough,
off the end of the bat down in the dirt.
Enough momentum to make it over here, Craig.
No, thank goodness.
That bat made it farther than the ball.
Yes. Well, Riley stays alive in there at least. He's full count, 3 and 2.
Still alive.
Got a piece of that one, fouled it off.
Doesn't matter how many you hit, as long as you stay alive, keep the count going.
Well, he gets a piece of that one too. Keeps him in there.
What do they say? You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good?
That's right.
All right, that's what Mike's saying. Come on, let's tag that thing. Get that thing out of here. Get her moving. They did exactly just that.
Well, Riley steps in there. Here we go. Let's see what we get.
In there. Looked like a bit of a change-up. Long tag. Going all the way out. Left field. Piggott coming underneath it. Grabs it as he takes a couple steps back. Makes the catch and retires the side.
That's it.
So Delta Dodgers don't score any run in that inning. Still 3-0 for the Dodgers.
Well, he heeded the advice of his coach there. He swung a little sooner and got a good piece of the ball, but just went out for the long jaunt to the fence.
That's right.
And Piggott made the catch and put him out.
He did. He stayed alive for a fair amount of time too. So that was
a very good swing by Riley Anderson there. He's got a good bat swing and does the job. He gets it done all the time.
And we watched the players take the field for the Dodgers. Knew it going back over to first where he's played all game. Dunlop is still playing third. Shortstop is Jordy Cunningham. Second is Sanders. You can see the line score, Craig, as we start the top of the 7th inning right now.
And it's still the Delta Dodgers leading 3-0 over the Kamloops Sun Devils here at Winskill Park.
A lot of zeros up there, but you know, we should, in all fairness, Craig, say that the Kamloops Sun Devils do appear to have an awful lot of depth in their lineup, but they've just you know, come up against a real defensive-minded Delta Dodgers team today.
Well, a good sound Delta team at this point, yes. And as you say, I think they'll be just fine. The Kamloops Sun Devils have some players from the surrounding areas, Revelstoke, Salmon Arm, and these other places that they've been able to bring in that look very sound. They look like, you know, after 1 or 2 years in this, they've got a lot of first-year players.
Well, that's the thing, is when you've got the luxury of a drawing area the way they do. I mean, you look at our drawing area and the teams that we've got in our own lower mainland, Craig. I mean, we've got Ridge Meadows or Maple Ridge, we've got Burnaby, we've got Surrey, the Surrey Angels, Richmond, Abbotsford, and North Vancouver, the Tribe. So you've got a lot of teams that are basically competing against some real solid talent to some of these individuals, and you've got the luxury of the interior. Kamloops, obviously they've opened up their drawing radius to encompass a lot of the smaller towns.
Which is very good because, as we just said earlier, it just gives them a broader spectrum to draw from.
Oh,
and
Mike would probably love
their ball team.
Mike would probably love to be able to draw players from either Richmond or Abbotsford or all the way up to Chilliwack. That'd just fall right under his umbrella. He'd love that.
Yes.
Nice place, ball right in Dunlop's glove.
Well, it's just a line drive right there.
That's right.
Kind of unfortunate. Some days nothing works really well for you, and unfortunately for the Kamloops team, all the hits they're getting the hits. They're just going directly to a defensive player in the outfield.
Well, that's the problem. That one there, Statsman placed that right in Dunlop's gloves. Thank you, sir. I'll take that.
Well, Statsman sort of threw his hat in disgust. He just, I got a hit. Where does it go? Right in the darn guy's glove, you know.
Heads up, and Dunlop's going underneath that. Dunlop's running into call. It calls everybody off. Reaches over to the left and makes the grab.
For 2 away.
2 away. That's relatively quick. Now, if the Dodgers, if Kamloops do not score here, Craig, then basically speaking, the game would be over for the simple fact that Delta doesn't need any more runs.
No, they don't. No.
And they're nursing a 3-0 lead right now.
And we got up number 9, John Borick here.
Yeah, we were talking, about the strength, what we see right now. There's no questions asked, Craig, that the Dodgers have a very strong team, very solid offense and defense.
That's right. They've got both aspects of the game working in their favor.
And we watched Mr. Mason pick that one up. Stops that one. He should play third base. Mr. Dunlop might want to have somebody come over and guard the sidelines to help him out a little bit.
Well, I would imagine
the difference is the uniform color.
That's right. I would imagine Mr. Mason's played some ball in his time too. So.
I bet he has. Swing and a miss on that one there.
So I think we're 2 strikes and 1 ball here.
1 and 2. That's right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Fords, the catcher. More Kamloops. Tag, long, well-placed ball, straight out to center field. Going after that is Back. Back goes after it.
And
but
that's
he's
a round tripper, I
not gonna
believe.
get her. We talked about placing the ball. Hey, this could be a bit of a difference right now.
Well, that's a very good hit there by
John Borch,
John
number 9,
Borch,
the catcher.
As I say, a catcher's usually pretty good at picking up pitches, and he tagged that one right out of the park.
He did. He
Straight
placed
away
that
center
one.
field almost, too.
That gives them 1 run, so there is a little bit of life left in the depth of the Kamloops squad. Okay,
so
let's
here we
take a
have
look,
the
Greg.
replay on this. There's the pitch thrown, a good swing and a good solid hit coming right off the bat there. Out straight center field. No play to be able to be made by the
Chris Back wasn't
Chris
even going to
Back.
get that.
No, he just could watch that sail over the fence.
There it is. Bye-bye. Ryan Fisher,
that's
the next
good.
batter.
So now we have a little change in the
Hit going down. Is it fair? Foul ball.
little change in the score there now, Steve. Delta Dodgers 3, and the Kamloops
Sun Devils
1. Yes.
So it can change. That's what we were talking
in
about,
the swing of a bat.
virtuality, how it can change so quick. In there. There, called ball. And we watched the last one. That was placed just down to the left field line. Only foul by a couple of feet, but close as anything. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike in the count. Fisher's the first baseman. Left-handed batter gets set in the dirt. 3-1 the count. Oh, they're getting behind. That's no good. Mr. Bartell doesn't want to get behind too much.
No, it's never good to get behind the...
No, those 2 runs can change real quick. Tag, well-placed ball once again, all the way out. Ivan, it gets by him. And that advances Fisher to second base. Stand-up double for Fisher. Was hit right out to Ivan, but Ivan couldn't get a hold of it. All right, watch this one.
Here we go. Here's the pitch. Good hit. Fly ball. It's in the shallow field a bit. Ivan's running in there. Makes the catch, or he thinks he's making the catch, but I think he was anticipating what he's going to do before he even got a hold of the ball there. And consequently, the ball falls down. And
all right, Kamloops has 1 run. They've got a runner on second. Fisher's on second, and the batter is Clint Robinson.
Well, a tying person at the plate here if he can get a hit.
Call the ball. All right, the runner's at second right there. There you can see Ryan Fisher's at second. Borch was the one that got the home run, the catcher. Fisher's the first baseman, but he's on second right now. They're calling him off. Is he going to get it? Catcher's looking for it. Anderson. Oh, couldn't get a hold of it. There's where that sun, Craig, it really plays havoc with you.
That's right. And the ball, too, people fail to realize that when the ball's hit very, very high in the air, it's very difficult because of the wind and everything else. It pushes the ball around a bit. You get under what you think is right under the ball, and then the wind takes it off.
Well, you go to look from the time the ball's hit, if you're catcher or any other position, you look up to see if you can grab it real quick, and it's basically out of your viewing area. So it's, you know, it's really, it gives you that extra little.
By the time you get the helmet and the mask off and pick it up in its flight,
is it ever?
Then you got to make the catch. It's not easy.
No, it sure isn't in there. That's called ball to Robinson. Robinson's a designated hitter for Kamloops. As we look in our roster right now, see what it says. Robinson, he's an infielder, he's a catcher. It's his first year with the team, and he also lives in Salmon Arm, this young man. Good defensive player as well as an offensive player. He hits the ball, that's placed, going all the way out. They grab that one.
That retires
boy,
the side.
they were lucky on that one that they ran in. Grabbed that one was Tim Wilkins. Gets underneath that.
And that's the game, Steve. So we had the
3-1
Delta
final.
Dodgers 3-1 over the Kamloops Sun Devils here at Winskill Park. So everybody's out congratulating.
That's right. They're going to be talking to each other right now. Of course, Kamloops will go back. They'll go in their dugout. We are not going to telecast the second game of the doubleheader game right now. But the game, basically, it was a Delta victory right from the outset. They did play very, very strong, Craig, as we indicated earlier on. Played strong. They've got lots good bats. They utilized them to the best of their ability. And the Sun Devils, they did, despite the fact, Craig, that they got the hits, they struggled.
A little. They struggled maybe near the end a little bit in making the routine outs and getting the outs they needed or the pitches and stuff. Pitching for both sides, though, I have to say, for the most part, was very good.
Okay, well,
the
we're going
Kamloops
to...
team needs to be commended for their
That's right. We're going to come back and do our final wrap-up right now, but the final score in the game was the Delta Dodgers 3, the Kamloops Sun Devils 1. We'll return right after this timeout.
You're watching DCTV, your eye on Delta.
Mike, big win today.
Yeah, we're rolling right along. It's a good start to the doubleheader today.
Yeah, you were pleased. Now, they've got a lot of power, but the one thing they noticed, despite the fact that they got the hits, they just couldn't get them by you guys.
Yeah, they did definitely put the bat in the ball. I thought our infield played really well today, and we had one glitch in the outfield near the end, but defensively it was a strong game for us.
Well, those things happen. Jordy, I'm going to talk to you right now. We want to talk and we want to focus in on the simple fact that you made that double play going over. And also, we have to say happy birthday to Jordy at the same time. Did we know it was coming? Yeah. Jordy, come here. All right, somebody give him a towel. Was that timed or what? Yeah, the players are going to get you.
Thanks, boys.
I know, he owes him big time. Jordy, that was a good game, especially the one player we were talking about where you went from second to third, or second to first, rather.
Yeah, it was, those guys hit the ball really well, and, I mean, we had to play good defensively to beat these guys, but, I mean, we came up, we're ready to play.
You guys are always ready to play. That's the one thing we always impress with. So, other than that, have a good birthday and enjoy yourself.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jordy. All right, Craig, come on in here right now. We know, yes, he had a birthday. Did they get him? He knew nothing about that. And surprise, the element of surprise right there.
That's always good.
Oh, that's always good like that.
That's right.
That's nice to see. But he didn't even know anything about it. That's the good part, Craig.
I was standing there watching, and I could see him mildly talking to you, and then boosh.
All right, let's talk about the Kamloops team. You know, they did play very well. Impressed with what they've got. And they do have what we look at possible powerhouse for the future.
I really feel that they have a lot of
looking for pies or what?
Yeah, right. A lot of nucleus of good young players from the surrounding area. Yeah, it looks like they will have in the future good drawing, and a good team will result from that.
Yeah, no kidding. Because of the drawing area, they've got the luxury to do that. But this level ball, you come out, they want to come out, they want to play, and they supply good entertainment down here in Winskill.
They don't just want to play; they want to play good quality ball, and they're getting good instruction. They have good skill level, and it shows. Even in a losing cause, their pitching is sound, their hitting's good. A little bit more experienced by the younger players that they've brought up this year, and I think they'll be there for next year.
Oh, they sure will. They will. And they're still teasing them back there about that pie, but that was nice to have. And again, we hope you had a very solid birthday. But good game. Final score in the game between the Delta Dodgers and the Kamloops Sun Devils, 3-1 for the Delta Dodgers. On behalf of Craig the Doc McLaren, Kevin Adlam, the rest of the crew, I'm Steve Erickson. Thanks for watching. If you don't play sport, at least be one.
There's more to a marsh than meets the eyes of hunters waiting in autumn for the day's first flight. Autumn is the quiet finale, a soft crescendo in the year's spectacular. Dry cattails rustle and chatter, dispensing down to man and dog.
Highest since Adrian Dantley's 28.6 back in 1976. What makes him such an effective scorer?
I think he can come off a screen and catch it. He catches it in transition well. I think what he's going to have to do, though, is develop a low post game. I question about his ability to defend a 3, and then as a 4, I think he's a little bit light and not strong enough down there. I tell you, he's a willing worker. He's a great kid. We had him over in Australia, too, and he's very, very bright. So I think if you're bright and you're a good worker, if he hits the weight room, he's got a chance to be good.
I don't believe there's anybody in the room you haven't coached or coached against or been beaten by. I'm telling you, you know everybody.
Well, yeah, I just hang around a long time.
There are Pat Garrity's parents backstage just beaming as Pat is the 19th pick in the first round by the Milwaukee Bucks. 6'9", 237, and let's take a look at his game. Also a smart kid, 3.68 GPA in science.
And played for a former pro coach, John McLeod. So he's got a lot of pro experience. He will be accustomed to doing things as an NBA team would, and I think that's going to be a big advantage for him because John was a very good coach.
Well, we said about the Milwaukee Bucks, Ernie, that they have an excellent first unit. And what you're trying to do is to build your second unit, and you can never get enough guys, especially big guys, who can board for you against second unit people, and then also play outside and shoot the perimeter shot as well as post up against second units. It's not as difficult as against that first unit club.
Is there a player he reminds you of in the NBA right now?
No, not off the top of my head. How about the type of a player like Gugliotta? Would you say he's something like Gugliotta?
Yeah, definitely. I think his versatility, that size and being able to go out and face the basket, put the ball on the floor, being able to pass the ball, and playing for John, he's going to know some things that other people don't know because of the fact that John has taught him what to expect at that level.
Let's go to Craig Sager, who's got Pat Garrity with him. Craig?
Well, Pat, as you're waiting back there for your name to be called, you're talking to your parents, you're talking to John McLeod, your college coach. What was going through your mind? What did you guys discuss?
Well, you know, we were just thinking I might slip down to 20 or 21, maybe even 25. You know, any of those situations would have been good. It was just a sense of relief, and it was just a real proud moment for me and my family.
You're the academic All-American of the year. A smart kid. What do you have to work on for your game at this next level?
I think the main thing is just becoming more athletic, and I think I can do that by improving my flexibility and my leg strength. And I just got to pick up tips from the older guys and just continue to work on my game all around. You know, this is just the beginning, and hopefully it's going to be a long journey for me.
All right, congratulations. Now let's go back to Ernie.
All right, thank you, Segs. It's been a busy first round down in Orlando. 3 picks in the first round for Chuck Daly's guys. Let's go down to Brian Burwell in Orlando with Chuck. How are you, Chuck? And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know, and I'm not one, that we're having audio problems with our feed down there from Orlando. But judging from the smile on Chuck Daly's face, things are going quite nicely, thank you. Meantime, the Atlanta Hawks are up next. And when you look at this team of Lenny Wilkens, what is your take on where you need some help? Got a lot of free agents there, Hubert.
Yeah, you really do. And when you look at the small forward position, you know, you have Corbin and Chucky Brown and Chris Crawford are all free agents. And on the big forward side, Leitner and Henderson are also free agents. But if you're going to re-sign Henderson or Leitner, you got a nice starting front unit. You need a small forward.
Let's see where Lenny Wilkens, Pete Babcock, and the Atlanta Hawks are going with pick number 20. We go to the podium.
With the 20th pick in the 1998 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Roshan McLeod from Duke University.
So Roshan McLeod of Duke, Atlanta bound. Here's a guy, John, who began his career in the Big East with St. John's.
Well, yes, and I think that, you know, kids have a tendency to, you know, move around a little bit sometimes, particularly when they're younger. But he went down to play for Mike, and that sort of surprises me a little bit, this selection. But in the same token, I still feel that, you know, being at Duke, being able to get out and press and run, and you've got a guy that has the Dikembe back in the back to be able to block some shots and do some things, and he can complement a lot of those things too.
Numbers don't knock your socks off that he put up 15 points a game, 6 rebounds, shot 49%, which is not bad, but is that deceiving?
Well, I think numbers mean absolutely nothing. I wonder how many numbers. Did Michael Jordan average more than 15 points a game in college? You know, I think it's the kid's growth span and him being able to develop and become a good player. And I think who he's playing with and his opportunity to play, that's more important.
Rashawn McLeod goes to the Atlanta Hawks at pick number 20. Let's try once again, shall we, to go to Orlando. Brian Burwell with Chuck Daly. Let's try this again. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing fine, Ernie. Nice to see you again.
You're looking very relaxed.
You know, Ernie, those of us that know this man know that he is rarely satisfied about anything, but I noticed there was a smile on your face when you came in the door. Is that because Michael Doliak, your first pick, reminds you a little bit of Bill Laimbeer?
Well, that's one reason. He's got that kind of shot. He's got great range, can really shoot it. He's got to pick up on the speed and all, but that's one reason. There are others. We used to go in these hotels. We looked like the high school team. We now have some size, some bulk, some interesting people we drafted.
Keon Clark, the next pick. He has some baggage. He's a great shot blocker, but he does have some baggage. Does that concern you at all?
Always a concern, but, you know, we'll have to deal and see where we are with it. Reminds me of Stacey Ogman and Bo Outlaw combined, and that's not a bad combination.
All right, now, they got what they wanted in big men. They'll probably go after point guards in the free agent market. Let's go back to Vancouver.
And their third pick of the first round, of course, was Matt Harpering of Georgia Tech. Charlotte Hornets are on the clock with pick 21. Back with more here from GM Place. It's the 1998 NBA Draft. Thanks for being with us, folks.
Okay, the winner of the Out of the Blue Getaway is Jeff White.
The Bat Blue is sending you and a friend to a mystery city on a private jet leaving that night.
Jeff White is going nowhere. Alex Reed, you're going.
The Out of the Blue Getaway. Be at the right bar at the right time to win. Just don't be in the wrong place.
Never gonna believe what just happened to me.
Must be legal drinking age, no purchase required. The Bat Blue.
You weren't followed, were you? No. Good. We've been watching you. We admire you and your efforts. But keep things fun in your country.
It hasn't been easy. There are those who are having less fun.
That makes your role that much more important. The fun of an entire nation may rest in your hands.
Actually, they're bone-shredding claws.
It's all good.
Welcome back to Headline Central. I'm Greg Sansoni. To baseball we go. Mark McGwire had gone 21 at-bats without hitting a home run. For most guys, that's normal. For McGwire, it's a slump. Well, the slump is over. Thank you very much. Cleveland up 7-0, but McGwire gets all of it. Home run number 34 ends up somewhere near Columbus, although Cleveland leads at 12-1 over St. Louis. To Detroit we go. The Cubs to meet the Tigers. Sammy Sosa collects home run number 31, his 18th homer in the month of June, tying the Major League record for most home runs in a month. Cubs leading Detroit 6-4. To the Big O in Montreal. Jays up 5-zip after one. And then it's Carlos Delgado who gets all of it. A solo home run, his 12th. But all of a sudden, it's an interesting game. 7-6, Toronto leads it in the 9th inning. Now, we go back to Vancouver, GM Place, for more live coverage of the NBA Draft right here on Headline Sports.
And we welcome you back to Vancouver. A look at the green room, which is emptying out. Nazir Mohammed, Rashard Lewis still waiting their turns. We go to the commissioner with the pick of the Charlotte Hornets.
With the 21st pick in the 1998 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Ricky Davis from the University of Iowa.
Ricky Davis, an early entry after his freshman year, and is that a look of surprise I see on your face, Hubie?
Yeah, it's a surprise mainly because at the center position, you have Lade Divac and Matt Geiger are free agents. But this young guy is really one of the top athletes in this draft. In Chicago, he proved from basket to basket there was no one there faster than this young man. He handles the ball quickly. He's a little selfish right now. Every shot he thinks is a good shot. But he can score. He can take it to the basket. He's got range. He's got a scorer's mentality. And he is nothing but an upside for the future.
Ricky Davis wore number 23. Says it's not a Jordan thing. It just happens to be September 23rd was his birthday in 1979, and he is picked here in the first round. More to come from Vancouver after this.
heat starts to bite, do you have what it takes to bite back? Gatorade Frost. Is it in you?
There's nothing like the feeling of a new car. The look, the shine, the smell. We bottled it. Armor All Protectant. It shines, it protects. It's new car juice.
Say you could go back to a moment ago. Say you could change something. Anything. Make better choices. More informed decisions. Say you could see things in a new way. Gain a new perspective. Then you learn the only real competition is yourself. The staff changed the game.
This is my guy. He's got a group of friends. Don't ask me why they act this way. I guess they must be men. Boys will be boys. Girls try to understand. It's freezing cold. They won't be told. Do they listen? Do they hear? No! This is our fear.
You're watching the 1998 NBA Draft on Headline Sports.
And we welcome you back. If you're just joining us on the NBA Draft, where the heck have you been? Here's what you missed early on. Michael Olowokandi, the #1 pick of the LA Clippers, the #1 pick of the draft. Guy from the University of the Pacific who kind of taught himself the game and then refined it here in the States after coming over from London. And now the Clippers are up again, having made the #1 pick. They also own the #22 pick here in the first round, as we are down to the last 8 selections of round 1 of the 1998 draft. Ernie Johnson and Hubie Brown and John Thompson and Rick Majerus and Peter Vesey and Craig Sager and people all over the place. 10 people on this operation here tonight as we return to the draft in Vancouver at GM Place. The Clippers, having made the #1 pick, Olowokandi. What do you do now at 22, Hubie?
Well, I think that they have to get some backcourt help. Derek Martin is a free agent. They were not happy with their point play last year. Their backcourt never shoots a high percentage. And you're looking possibly for some quickness at the point or some a guy at the 2 position who can get you some points. But once again, a lot of teams will go for the best available guy out there that they think that their scouts are going for, and they're not worrying about duplication up front.
The Clippers 10 years ago were 17-65 and won the lottery and took Danny Manning. This time around, 17-65 again. They take Olowokandi. Their strengths: athletic forwards, a young nucleus. You need a coach. You need a point guard. Indications are, I guess, at this point, Kurt Rambis is the leading candidate down there. But, I mean, where do you go now? And how hurt is a team when you go into the draft without a head coach, Hubie?
Well, you know what happens here is that the general manager and the owner and the board of directors and their scouts are making a pick here. And you're hoping that you know that you have a guy that you're going to sign, because it's always difficult when a coach comes in and his style of play does not mix with the talent.
You inherit this team.
There you go. And unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe they know which way they're headed, and they just have not announced the head coach as of yet.
Let's see what the Clippers are going to do, and here's the commissioner.
With the 22nd pick of the 1998 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Clippers select Brian Skinner from Baylor University.
Brian Skinner, a shot blocker from Baylor. 6'9" and 255 pounds. Rick, your thoughts on Brian Skinner?
NBA body, good hands. He catches things. We'd like to see him with a little bit more physical presence. Has a tendency to get pushed off the block and then compounds that problem by straying out himself and trying to face the basket. When he takes it to the rim, He's tough, and he can run the floor. This guy has nice inside mobility, and I think he's got to develop a kind of a signature move, if you will. But he's got potential, tremendous potential.
Well, you look at the Clippers front line right now, and you have Oliver Candy at the center position. You have Wright out of Memphis with the years in the league. Then at power forward, you have Taylor. You're losing Loy Vaught to free agency, probably. You also have Rodney Rogers. You know, you have the cast of guys here. So that's why that point of what we said, you are taking the best available talent that your scouts are saying right now, and you're not worrying about duplicating positions. Hey, when we all come to camp, we'll see what we have. We can possibly move guys in a trade. And then the bottom line at the top of the show, maybe you're drafting for someone else.
Brian Skinner upped his blocks every year with Baylor, setting a new school record each time he did it. He is picked tonight by the Los Angeles Clippers with pick number 22. The Denver Nuggets are up next at 23, and of course earlier tonight Scott Hastings was mentioned as a possible candidate for the head coaching vacancy there. I think the tongue was firmly in cheek by Dan Issel, but it looks like you were flattered nonetheless, Scott. What are they going to do now?
I'm just waiting to sign the contract. Dan's going to bring it in a little bit later. First, I want to talk about a trade. Peter talked about earlier Milwaukee and Dallas swapping. Dallas going and getting the 9 and 19th. Milwaukee taking the 6. Pat Garrity was taken with the 9. Here's what's going to happen now. If you got your pencils and pads ready. Pat Garrity now is going to be shipped to Phoenix with that 19 pick. Who's going to go there? Steve Nash and a future number 1. As far as the Denver Nuggets, what they're going to do, Tyronn Lue from Nebraska, the point guard, is probably who they're going to go after, but they've got some deals in the works, and this could not be over, or there may be something else going on with this pick a little bit later, and I'll tell you about that when it happens.
Thank you very much for all the information, and yes, we are quickly trying to jot that down. The Pat Garrity trade to Phoenix. Phoenix without a pick tonight, one of 3 teams, along with New Jersey and Portland, not taking part in the draft tonight here in Vancouver. Up next, as he was mentioning, the Denver Nuggets. And Denver, a team that already tonight, with number 3, goes with Rafe LaFrance. And where do you go? Do you going inside? Do you go outside now?
I just feel that they're going to take a player, the best player that their scouts have, mainly because it's a team that had injuries last year. You still have Stith on the injured list, and you also have LaFonso Ellis and Johnny Newman free agents. They could pick anyone at any position.
To the commissioner we go.
With the 23rd pick in the 1998 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Tyronn Lue from the University of Nebraska.
So they go with a power forward the first time around. They go to the point this time around with pick number 23 in the first round. Tyronn Lue, first team all Big 12, and for our inside look, we will eventually get to Hubie with that. But take me through his game. John Thompson, Rick Majerus, what do you think of Tyronn Lue?
Well, I think he's a Kevin Johnson kind of a player, you know, with that kind of quickness. And, you know, he's good off of the dribble. He's good, you know, shooting the basketball. And I agree with Hubie, especially now. I think folks are taking people that they can get that are good, regardless of what they plan on doing with them and how they plan on dealing with them.
Rick Majerus, he played for you on that 22 and under team.
Everybody seemed to be on that team. Really, really explosive. No question about it. He's got a hesitation dribble, a crossover dribble. He'll bait you with that change of pace dribble, stand you up. He's very score-oriented, though, very score-oriented.
Major thing for him, Ernie, is that he has got to hit the perimeter shot on a consistent basis.
The inside look now with the coach.
Now, from basket to basket with the basketball in Chicago, was one of the quickest guys there. And he can make it happen. I like what Rick said. He can take it and he can finish. He can finish in the paint. He has a perimeter game. He can read the screen and roll and make the pass. And what I like is once he gets down inside, he can stop on a dime, elevate and hit it, or kick out and find the free people on the perimeter.
Tyronn Lue, a first-round pick, joining Rich King, who went to Seattle in '91, and Eric Piatkowski going into Indiana in '94 as Cornhuskers taken in the first round. Earlier tonight, Jason Williams of the University of Florida was picked by the Sacramento Kings with the number 7 pick in the first round. Tonight, he is in Orlando, and right now he's with Brian Burwell. Well, I can't wait to hear what he's got to say here, Brian.
Thank you very much, Ernie. And we had to pull him out of a restaurant here. He was enjoying the celebration with his family. considering all your off-court problems, were you surprised that you went to that as high as 7?
No, not really. You know, I just, after my off-court